article from Matt Law, which seems quite interesting. So some of the things that have been said on it that the aggregator is just reporting right now is that Frank is expected to be sacked if his position is made untenable by results and more calls for him to go by supporters. So basically that's already been done. The results are already untenable and the calls from supporters already been there.
Says,
so I don't understand that.
Frank will remain in charge for the Dortmund game, but the Dane's position is not thought to be any more secure beyond that. He is expected to be sacked if his position is made untenable by results and the vociferous calls from supporters. Tottenham face a trip to Burnley on the weekend. Speaking before the visit, he spoke about what Frank was talking about in the press conference. They also said that, they expect a interim to be installed now if he is to go. So that's obviously a lot of what we've been hearing. We'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. I think if we do somehow pull a result out of the bag, I think he probably will keep him, to be honest, for another game. He says the return of Mauricio Pochettino is likely to be considered by Spurs if Frank is sacked, which is not a surprise. Yeah, well, I don't know why they've kept him in for another game, but I don't see the difference. But
what is the point of this going game by game? It's a bit ridiculous. The results have already been the results. We're over halfway through the season now. The fans are getting louder and louder every game. Are they waiting for it just to be so toxic that they just can't handle it anymore? It's already really toxic. What is the point of dragging this out?
For me, it makes no sense. It should have been done before the Dortmund game. We should have had an interim already in charge. Maybe they're just getting their ducks in a row and they're trying to find the right guy before they pull the trigger. But I think you might as well do it already. I mean, Frank's saying he's having conversations, having lunch with Vinay, with Johan, all that kind of stuff. What's the point of just stringing him along like that if the plan is to sack him?
And I'll tell you what, with Matt Law putting this out and all the aggregators putting this line out saying Frank is expected to be sacked if his possession is made untenable by results and more calls for him to go from supporters, I mean, it's probably going to be very loud in the stadium tomorrow.
Do you reckon if we're winning come near the end of the game, they start chanting sacked in the morning just to make it untenable? There's another bit of interesting part of the article. He says, THFC, while the Lewis family will have the final say on Frank's future and a potential successor, a recommendation has to come from the club's board that is made up of Charrington, Collicott, Jonathan Turner and Eric Hinson. The opinion of Lang will also be considered. So what about Vinay? He's not involved?
Do any of these guys know anything about football?
So they're saying the opinion of Lang is considered, but he doesn't get a vote. Oh no, he doesn't get a recommendation, but these other guys get a recommendation.
I just don't understand this football club, man. So basically the decision of our next head coach is due to a few businessmen.
That's what it seems.
Make it make sense, people.
They've got no idea.
Make it make sense.
They've got no idea what they're doing. So Vinay seems like not even involved. They didn't mention Vinay. And so what happens is there's a recommendation from the boards. So they all have to come in and have their say and have their vote. It then goes to the Lewis family, how many people are involved in the Lewis family? Just two of them. Yeah. So they have to unanimously agree on then what happens, and then there can be a decision to be made. It's crazy. This process is nuts.
I've never heard such rubbish in all my life. Seriously. The decision laying on a few bloody businessmen.
No wonder no one's made a decision. They all got no idea what they're doing. And then, these are the guys. And also, they said Lewis family has the final say on a potential successor.
Well, these lot need to get out, man. They need to sell up and leave. They are just driving us into the ground. A few businessmen that have no idea about football and just know about the business of football. So what? Trying to make a decision on who our next manager to be. This is ridiculous. No wonder Fabio ran a mile from this.
The recommendation has to come from the club's board so all these guys, Charrington, Collicott, Turner, Hinson, they have to come up with a successor.
Charrington has no clue about football whatsoever. Who are these people?
None of these guys do. I'm sure they have a lot of knowledge about the business of football when it comes to who's a good manager, who's not, who's a right fit. who's a good fit for this football club, who's going to be a success, who plays the right football, what is good football. They have no clue. They have no clue. It's absolutely insane that these guys are the ones making the decisions. At least Lang and Vinay, they've been around football for long enough. I'm not saying I trust them at all. I don't. But at least Lang is a sporting
Trust them more than those guys.
Yeah, at least Lang is a sporting director, and he's got a lot of football knowledge. At least Vinay has been involved in making sporting decisions in the past, and he seems to have good knowledge. These guys are just bit suits. They're just businessmen. They're looking at the bottom line. They have no interest on the sporting side. As long as there's bumps in seats and they're making money, that's all they care about. So the fact that they're the ones in charge of potential successes and they're in charge of whether he stays in a job or not is absolutely madness. And if you don't see this and see how there needs to be change, there needs to be a change of structure. We need football people at the top, at the heart of this football club, making the footballing decisions. We can't leave it to the Lewis family. What do they know about football? Why are they the ones making the decisions about who's the manager and who's not?
You know what? This actually sounds worse than the way Levy was running the club. This sounds worse, a lot worse actually. At least Levy would take into consideration what his sporting director and what the footballing people at the club would say. And the final decision would end up with him. Fine, but these guys don't even seem like they're giving them a say on who the next manager is going to be. It's absolutely nuts.
It says Lange's opinion will only be considered, so he doesn't get a recommendation. He just gets his opinion considered. The whole thing.
So basically,
crazy.
what they're going to land in with an interim for the end of the season and bring Pochettino to appease the fans. That's what it's going to be.
I think that's the only thing that probably comes into their head because they've got no creativity. They're like, okay, Poch, he was good before. Why not him? Like, they don't know these other managers. They probably never heard of some of them. Like, they probably don't know who these guys are. You think they know who Stuttgart are or Celta Vigo? You think they give a damn? You think they've seen a moment's football from these guys? No chance. They got no clue. They got no clue. The whole thing is an absolute mess.
The whole lot need to get out. They really need to get out. This is some of the worst stuff I've ever heard. It really is. Like, if this is true, this can't be true, man.
Why not?
If this is true, it's an absolute abomination.
This bloody hierarchy. They've got absolutely no clue what they're doing. And
I'm telling you, these lot are going to take us down. They're going to take us down. Like, they are literally killing anything of what's left of this football club. They really are. I can't believe it.
And it's no wonder that they're only now considering. It's exactly what I was saying yesterday. It's no wonder Vivian gets an earful from a fan, and all of a sudden now we're considering letting Frank go. Because they've got no idea what we've been watching. They've got no idea that it's utter rubbish. They've got no idea about football. They're watching this game and they're probably listening to Frank and they're listening to, it's going to be fine. He'll turn things around. He just needs time, blah, blah, blah. They don't understand how bad it really is. They've got no clue. And all of a sudden, now Vivian is getting approached at games and stuff. All of a sudden, they're now starting to realise something's really bad here. And actually, we might need to change it, but only because it's affecting them, not because it's how bad we are. Because they've been watching it. I don't know if they've been watching it, but I assume they have, and they clearly don't understand how bad
they're
it is.
At every game.
Seeing.
They're at every game.
Well, they don't understand how bad it is what they're seeing.
I see a comment there saying, "I'm actually glad Lange is not involved," and that's fine. But are you happy who is involved? Because I don't think anyone should be happy of who is involved
I'd much rather
in making this decision.
I'd much rather our sporting director actually has a say in sporting decisions, personally. If we have one. I'm not saying I like him, I don't get me wrong. I'll sack him tomorrow.
He shouldn't be at the club either.
I'll sack him tomorrow.
Get Vinay out,
My only
get
point
them
is,
all out.
if you have a sporting director, he should have a say in sporting decisions.
Yeah. I mean, he should have the most say.
Exactly. So that shouldn't be controversial, and apparently he doesn't.
No, it will only be considered.
When it comes to
it won't
the manager,
even be
anyway.
definitely listened to. Like, it's
Fabio has.
if that is the actual decision, like, Lange should have enough about him to say, you know what, I'm off. Go screw yourself. You know what I mean? Like, why should he have to suffer through that as well? Like, Fabio got a wind of how this is all going, and he's like, I'm off.
He's absolutely.
You know what I mean? He
Fabio.
had something about him. Lange obviously got nothing about him.
I think Fabio saw that. I think Fabio went to the board and probably told them, look, this guy ain't the guy. We need to get rid of him. And all these shoots were like, well, actually, we have to give it time like that. And Fabio's like, what the hell do you guys know about football? What do you know? How are you saying you know more about football than I do? I'm telling you, this guy ain't the guy. And there's all these suits, like, in their laptops, where he's good. We got to give this guy time. And now he's like, fuck this.
I'm going to the bottom in Serie A. Exactly. It's better than here. At least they'll listen to me over there.
They got no clue.
Absolute disgrace.
Oh, this club, man.
We are run like a corporate industry. We are not run anywhere close to like a football club that have any ambition to be successful.
This is what we heard. We heard this from that Sky Sports journalist who said he heard from his sources from inside the club. It's an absolute mess at the top. It's still run by businessmen. There's no football voices, and it's an absolute chaos. That's what he said. He said that 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and he leaked that with one of his sources. And here we are. It's being
now
shown.
It's all coming out. And I don't know what the answer is here, but people only came out. Hardly came out. Less than probably 100 people at the protest. Fans need to show more of their voice, not against them. I think it's less important to show it about Frank now. It's more important to show it about the ownership.
This rebrand is an absolute myth.
Sham.
It's a sham. We just want to win more games more of the time. So what? You put more businessmen in charge? For God's sake. Who's actually at this club caring about the football? I didn't think it was possible. We're actually worse off than we are than when Levy was here. That's how mad it is. That's how mad it is right now. More executives. That's all apparently. That's who's making decisions at this football club. And now
the people that run this club are an absolute disgrace. They're a disgrace to the name of Tottenham Hotspur. And all they're going to do is drive us into the ground, man. It's actually so sad what is happening here. It's incredibly sad. And you think we're going to be run this way and see any success and get Champions League regularly and all this? Just kiss that goodbye. Kiss that goodbye.
I've got no faith even if they sack Frank, anything good's going to come of it now.
Yeah.
I've got no faith that they're going to appoint. Who do they know who to appoint? What do they know?
They'll appoint Pochettino. That's who they're going to appoint. And on the face of that, I don't mind. I think it's a decent appointment, Pochettino. But if they're only appointing Pochettino because it's a kind of a way to try and get the fans on side. But the way that they're going to land on Pochettino and the people that are making the decisions just tells me that they're just going to make wrong decision after wrong decision, time after time after time. It won't go well. Nothing's going to go well. Don't even listen to the sporting director.
It's crazy. And also, why are they saying they'll sack him if Frank's job becomes untenable?
It's already untenable.
Exactly. How is it not already untenable? How instead if there's more fan boos, it's like, so what? They weren't loud enough. They were not loud enough on Saturday. You need to hit a higher decibel level. Someone get a decibel counter to the next game. Make sure you hit the highest notes.
You're the one going. You got that job.
All right, I'm gonna bring a decibel counter. I don't know what it hit against West Ham, but it has to hit a higher one tomorrow.
And I tell you, ridiculous. It will hit a higher one tomorrow. As soon as we go 1-0 down. That's it.
I think they're going to keep him. I actually think they're going to keep him.
For how long?
I think they're going to give him the Burnley game. If we don't win that, he'll be gone.
Mm.
I don't think they're going to judge him on tomorrow. I think there's going to be a realisation we've got no players.
What do they know?
Absolutely. What do they know? He should be gone already. It's craziness.
But they're saying they're judging it on fan reaction as well. So if that comes into play and the fans speak like they've been speaking, it's getting
maybe,
louder and louder.
Maybe they will sack him tomorrow.
You know what I mean?
I hope they do.
If it gets very toxic tomorrow, like I probably suspect
but it will.
does.
We're going to get battered tomorrow. But
That's what I'm saying. So if it gets
I feel bad. There's nothing Frank really can do about it tomorrow.
Yeah, but this is just a one-off game, like of a long list of black eyes. You know what I mean?
Don't get me wrong. I understand that. I'm just saying if they're judging him on tomorrow, it doesn't seem that fair. But I would have sacked him anyway.
But I don't think they're just judging him on tomorrow. I think it's that on top of a whole heap of things.
I'm saying that if they're going to sack him on the basis of tomorrow, that decision should be made already.
And I think as well, it's a bit ridiculous that comes into play. Like, all right, if the fans boo loudly, then we'll sack him. Like, what sort of way is that to judge a manager, or you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
It's nuts, isn't it?
Don't you have enough about you to make your own decisions? Can't you see what's in front of your eyes and just make your own decisions? Makes no sense. Anything about this makes no sense whatsoever.
It's a mess. The whole thing is a mess. They got no idea what they're doing. They're pissing in the wind. They got no clue.
It's actually laughable, but it'll be more laughable if it wasn't my club. Just can't take it.